Step right up, get your homes here. Homes for sale. You interested in viewing a home listing?
Is this really how people find out about new home listings?
How else would people find out about my listing? Other than joining Mortflix, the exclusive streaming service designed for real estate agents wanting to feature their listings on platforms like Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and many more.
That sounds like a much better idea, instead of whatever this is.
That gives me a brilliant idea. Here, hold these. I'm gonna sign up for Mortflix. Glad I thought of it. A much better idea than peddling papers out on the street like some sort of amateur like yourself.
These are your flyers.
Not anymore. Now I have a housing streaming network on my own dedicated channel. So it's easy to showcase my community, share my listings, and spotlight my agents. I'm off to spread the word of Mortflix to anyone who needs the perfect place to list a home.
Today has been a weird day.
Welcome, my friends. Thank you, and thank you for watching. This is another Industry Partner Tuesdays here, Mortflix Media, Mortflix Streaming Services, and you can watch us in all the apps through mortflixstreaming.com, and you can see all the apps, about 19 different apps that we're streaming. We're streaming this live, so you can watch a replay, obviously. And today on our Industry Partner Tuesdays, we have an excellent guest, a special guest. She's coming to us through, she's been on Mortflix before, so she knows that, she already has been here with one of our board members, with Laura, and I want to go ahead and welcome her. How are you, Windy?
Hi, thank you for letting me come on again.
Thank you, no problem. This is your house, like they say. So Windy owns a national title signing company. And she has a very, very unique story, a very special story. And I want because we have different audiences here at Mortflix. Some people watch different shows. I'm more in the local Orlando, Central Florida shows, although Industry Partner Tuesday is a national show. But for those that doesn't know your story, that we're gonna post this everywhere. Once we finish, go ahead and tell me your story, how everything started. Give me a little bit of a brief background of you and what's going on and what are you doing right now and what do you see in the next 6 months to a year, and how was in the past COVID years, like I said. So how is it for you?
Well, thank you so much for having me on. I love Laura. She's the first person who ever interviewed me. So that was amazing. So Genie Notary is a national notary service signing agency. And so we have 70,000 agents nationwide, and we do closings, and we do RON closing, which is remote online notarizations. And we also do so do RON closings, in-person closings, and we are a signing service essentially.
They have to be licensed as a notary, right? Like here in Florida, they have to have their notary license, certificate or license.
You have to go through a background check. You have to have your license. You have to have insurance. And so if you don't have all that, you cannot become a notary. And each state's different, but they're kind of the same. But each state, some states are attorney states and some states are notary states. Some states are witness states. So it varies. But yes, Florida is a great state. They love notaries in Florida. So we love Florida.
And the reason that I'm asking you is because I might have my girlfriend is a notary, and I have one or two more people that might be interested on signing up with you. So that's why I'm asking you, because she would like to do they have to have and this is for real estate closings or for whatever else you define that they need they need a notary? What is it? What is your specialty?
So we are a real estate loan signing service, but we also do debt solutions. We work with We work with banks, we work with lenders, we work with loan officers, settlement, escrow, title companies. Matter of fact, today we just had someone reach out to us from Key Bank, and so they were working from home, and so they were sick of going to the bank to get the documents notarized, and they asked if Ginny Notary can assist them, every once or twice a month to come to their house to do their notary services. And so we do it all. We do, debt solutions, closings, anywhere, anytime. Doesn't matter if it requires notary. We do those signings as well.
Okay, perfect. So everything that requires notary. So pretty sure I'm gonna get probably in the show notes. I'll put your contact information, but send it to me so I have it. So
Yeah.
I have my girlfriend go ahead and sign in. Do they have to have experience? Let's say real estate closings. Do they have to have prior experience doing closings, notarizing closings, or notarizing the documents at closing? Better
Yeah.
say.
So one thing is, so we would like our agents to be experienced, but I was inexperienced when I got into it, and someone had to teach me. I had to call. My number one thing when I'm hiring a notary or a signing agent is communication. So a lot of times when a notary or an agent when they don't know what to do, I always say, hey, I have two phones here. One's personal, one's work. One's personal, one's work. And please, please, please always email me or always text me. If anything, please, if you have a question about a signing, hey, Wendy, how do I sign this? There's always someone from Ginny Notary Inc. who's going to answer your phone call. I just always like when agents reach out to me. I rather you call me 1,000 times to ask me how I do this correctly instead of you doing it wrong. And then the bank or title, they're like, we can't record or we can't close this loan because we're missing signature. And they were too embarrassed to ask the signing service. So I always, number one thing with us is communicating. Let me know if you have a question. I'll go over the documents with you. Normally, we like agents that does closings every single day, but we'll go over the closings with you. So we don't require agents to have experience to work with us. We would like to, but everyone starts from somewhere.
Exactly. And based on the last couple of years with the boom in it, it's been historic record numbers for mortgage, at least mortgage origination, sales as well on real estate on the real estate side. Are
Yeah.
you overstaffed, understaffed? You're okay. What
So
is
so
how
Marvin,
is it right now with you?
So great question. So we opened Judy Notary. So I was a signing agent for give or take about 3 years or so. By we did not open the company as a signing service until last year, and so we're somewhat new. But we've done thousands of closings since then, and so when it comes to like last year refis, the rates are super low, and so everyone was refinancing, right, to get that great rate lock. And
Correct,
so
correct.
a lot of agencies were, they were overwhelmed with the refis, and so they turned to someone like me or a service like mine. And so what happens is we were doing, fantastic. Now rates are going back up, so refis are slowing down, and so we're not as busy as we would like to be. And so right now, as the market shifts, we are shifting with the market. So right now we're pivoting from refis to purchases. So now everyone's still buying homes, and the refis has stopped or has slowed down. And so right now we do a lot of purchase closings and sellers closings, not so much refi. So it has slowed down for us, and it's okay because we're always looking to gain new clients and go out there and see what happens.
Exactly. Okay, so yeah. We seen that in the market. We own next door. We own a brokerage, a mortgage brokerage. And yeah, we seen the change where although
Yeah,
our brokerage has been concentrated and focused more in purchases, not so
yeah,
many refis, so it doesn't hurt as much. Always working with
yeah,
realtors and whatnot, but
yeah,
okay, gotcha. So you're okay in regard to staffing. Definitely. And tell me a little bit about your a little bit about your background, because you
yeah,
have a particular story. You were in law enforcement or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So tell me that
Mm-hmm.
story. What make you change?
I went to school and got my advanced degree, and I have a lot of I have a lot of siblings, but all my brothers, they're into like they're first responders, and so I thought I was going to go on that route. It did not happen. I had a friend who said to me, "Hey, Wendy, try doing loan closings," and so I started doing it, and I actually liked it, and I realized that there were a need for um, notary services, and with COVID, a lot. Think about this, right? A lot of people can order food, right? You could just order food if you don't want to go out. You could order groceries if you don't want to go out, right? Peapod. You you can order a lot of services. You could go to a meeting and still work from home if you don't want to go out or go to the office. And so why can't you order your notary to come to you, right? If you don't want to go out. And so with COVID, we realized that a lot of people did not want to go out. A lot of offices were closed, banks were closed, and people wanted to have as less contact as possible due to the virus. And so, we realized this, and we took as much precautions as possible. So we were doing closings in the driveway, in the garage with the doors open. We were doing closings outside in the front yard. And so whatever the
The
clients
two
wanted.
the two most historic years in terms of mortgage loan origination productions, 2020 and 2021, and
Yeah,
as everybody or almost everybody was working from home. So yeah,
yeah,
you're completely right. Yep.
yeah. And so we just realized, hey, you know what? There is people who need these services. And so I just like hop on that wagon and just, gone, has gone that way. And then now, as refis are slowing down, we realize like, hey, we need to move with the waves. We need to like ride the waves. If it's going left, we have to go left with it. And
Correct.
so that's why now we're not doing so much refis. We're doing more of purchase
Purchase.
closings and sales closings.
Yeah, correct. Because we seen. I pretty much I get the emails from the lenders pretty much every day. Hey, rates are going a
Yeah,
little bit up.
yeah,
I guess they got a little better in the past 2 days or so, but it's still they're going little
going
by
up.
little going up.
Yep.
So, Wendy, what else? What else? I mean, tell me what do you see here in the next 6 to 12 months? Are we gonna continue now with Omicron and this and that? Are we gonna fully go out or hold
So,
on? Don't get me
so,
to their office yet. Don't get me to the studio yet. What do you see?
so for Jimmy Notary Inc., I see that we are going to grow in the future. In the next 6 to 12 months, I see that we are going to I don't know about the industry, but we are watching what the market is doing, and we're going along with it. And with so recently, Genie Notary is able to go full RON, as in a remote online notarization, and I think that's where we're gonna go. A lot of big lenders I think, are going to go towards like the wrong path, right? I think recently SnapDoc, if I'm not mistaken, I think recently SnapDoc and Notarize just like joined, like have like a partnership of some sorts, and so I think once big lenders decide, hey, we're going to go on on the Ron platform, we're going to go digitally, and we don't need the clients to always come into the office. They don't have to take a day off from work. They don't have to, take a personal day or sick day to come in to do their closing. When we can do everything online, we can do more closings with less mistakes, less time, And so I think everyone's gonna go on the Ron bandwagon once the huge lenders has gone on that path, if that makes sense.
And by those that doesn't know, you telling me digital closings where a party is somewhere and the
Yeah,
other
so
party. Can you explain that so the people that doesn't
yeah,
know?
yeah, so
Morpheus doesn't store in housing industry. It goes to all the
everybody.
people, everybody. Yeah. So doesn't
Yeah.
people that doesn't know. Can you explain more? What is a digital closing or a virtual
Yeah.
closing?
Yeah, so my company does two things. So we do in-person closing where, say, the agent needs, say, titles escrow. Say you just bought a house or selling a house and you need to close, right? It's the last part before you get your keys or before everything happens. And so if you say, hey, I don't want to go to the office, I want someone to come to me. So we send out mobile notaries to go to your home, to go to your job, to go to your wherever, the hospital, nursing home. We have agents everywhere, right? Now, if, for example, you are out of the country, right? Or if you're out the country, say you go on vacation and you need to refinance your house, or like the date to close, the clearing date is tomorrow, and you're like, oh, I thought it was going to be next week. I'm still out the country. How can we do this? There's a thing called remote online notarization. It's called RON. And so 8 notaries can go online, and notaries go online, and also the signers go online, and they're able to do the closing visually. Like, so right now you're watching me and you, and so it's like that. So everything is digitally and audioly recorded. Okay. And so that's how you're able to do closings online. It's regular closing. Instead of the notary coming to your house, they are talking to you on like a recording like this, and they also have a digital stamp. So when you see a notary, they always have like their stamp. But this one, it's digital, and everything is recorded. And it's pretty, it's pretty awesome because it cuts down the time. So because normally a closing takes about, give or take about 45 minutes to an hour, but when it's digital, it could take 15 minutes or less, because the documents are there and you just go through them, check, 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 they're already tagged, and it just takes less time, and there's less errors, because when you are at the signing table, sometimes you're going so quick, you might miss a signature, you might miss a couple of pages, or you might sign in the wrong spot. But when you are doing closings online, digitally, everything is pre-stamped. So like you know exactly where to sign, where to date, and so you're not missing any signatures, and you don't have to go back, and you're not taking a lot of time to do the closing. And I said that you could do digital closings if you're out the country, but you could also do digital closings in your state. So, for example, I had a client who had COVID. The wife had COVID, and the husband was COVID negative. And so the husband was at a hotel, and the wife was at home with the kids because they all had COVID, and they still had to do their closing. So what happened is we scheduled a agent to do the closing remotely. So we had the notary at home like this, and then we had the wife get on, the husband get on, and they signed the documents, and their closings took place. So it's pretty amazing.
Wow. Wow, that's, I
Mhm.
mean, I don't know why people are not adopting that. Companies are not adopting that because that's a
Lenders,
way of the future. These lenders, they have to, do away
the
with
lender,
the 1980s mentality, and especially
yeah,
nowadays, like what perfect scenario was that? The husband
Yeah.
was in the hotel with his laptop. The wife was at his house. The notary was at
Yep.
another place. So
Yep.
wow,
And
wow.
in
And that
15 minutes.
video, that media file, that video file, is that part of the record that gets stored as well with
Yes.
with in the
Yes.
cloud with the wow,
Yes. So
wow.
we use Ron via eNotary and so we keep that file for 10 years, right? And
Okay,
every single page that we stamp, it has a number, and the file is protected. So once you seal, like once you do the closing, you sign, like I can't take that file and then edit it, right? It's done. You cannot, it's sealed. And
correct.
so it is pretty secured. And like I said, I think once like the Lenores, the DHI titles, the DOMA, once these big agencies has approved a run on their platform, it's gonna take
Okay.
off. Like the Loan Depot. Once these agencies have said, okay, we're gonna go to Ron and we're gonna approve it, everybody else going to follow. So I think that's where the money is digital. We're gonna be in a couple of years, if it's not happening soon, it's everything is going to be online. We don't have to have papers and sign like cave people, you
You
know.
have
So
super mega real estate companies that don't have a, not to mention names, but they don't have a physical office. Everything is in the cloud, in the metaverse that they call it.
yep,
So that's
yeah,
the future. Little by little, people are going the cloud, the
yeah,
metaverse, and you have your little
awesome.
cities. It's
Yeah,
incredible. Yeah.
because now it's like even myself, every company is thinking about what's the cheapest option, what's the fastest, like how can we be more productive,
Yeah.
how can we save more money,
Yeah.
how can we save
25,
our
25, 30, 35 bucks a square feet, or something like Zoom at 55 bucks, or something like probably use software, which is probably super affordable
yeah.
compared to paying 30, 35, 40 bucks a square feet.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like everyone wants to know how much is it going to cost me? How much is it going to cost my clients? And is it effective? And how's the customer service? Because you see, right now I'm speaking to you, and I think you're great, right? We could be in the same room and have the exact same conversation, but this way, I don't have to travel to Florida. I'm in Boston. I don't have to travel to Florida to have the exact conversation with you. So it's
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
Yeah, remote, efficient, economical, save you time traveling,
Customer
save you
experience.
time on getting an office.
Yep.
Um, and yeah, that's the future. I
It's amazing.
I suffer for my title friends that they get this
Hmm.
mega office, and then everything can be done remotely. It can be done, and once,
Yeah.
and like you said, once big companies start adopting it, forget it. That's it. That's
Everybody
the
else,
future.
just follow.
Especially
Yeah.
nowadays. Well,
Oh yeah.
Wendy,
Definitely.
I really, really thank you for being here at Moreflix, Industry Partner Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Any closing words? Anything that you want to say? Anything you want to encourage? Anything that you
Yeah.
want to say?
Well, Marvin, thank you so much for having me again. I am super fortunate, and I've been actually like I kind of following you, connecting you on LinkedIn, and I really appreciate this opportunity. I think that Moreflix, it's amazing,
Thank you.
and I'm super excited to be part of the family now. Oh yeah,
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Send me your contact info so I can put your details on the show notes so everybody
yeah,
can once the viewers can get in contact with you if you need a remote notary nationwide. I'm gonna definitely see if my girlfriend can be one of your service people here in Florida, in Central Florida.
yeah,
So we'll see.
yeah, no
And
problem,
yeah, thank
definitely.
you. I really appreciate
Thank
it, Wendy. Thank you for being part of Moreflix, and I'll see you soon.
Sounds good.
Bye, Wendy.
Bye.